going on, guys? It is Crater here and welcome to my review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wild Force Lunar Wolf Ranger from Hasbro. This is actually the first Wild Force Ranger to be released under the Lightning Collection. As of this video, the Blue Wild Force Ranger was the second to be released, and apparently his release date got pushed back. Instead of March, which was originally supposed to come out, it got pushed back to I think Wednesday of when I'm recording this. So it's like the 15th or the 16th. That is when it's going to come out, so that's actually pretty shocking. It's also just a shock in general. They decided to go with the 6th Ranger first instead of like a core member of the team, like the Red Ranger, for example, even the Yellow Ranger. It's just one of those weird decisions that Hasbro has done with this Lightning Collection. They just I feel like if it's anything but Mighty Morphin, they just throw a dart at the wall and say, okay, that's the Ranger we're doing. But that's going to be near the end of the video, my little rant on how Hasbro is doing this line and how they could probably do it more efficiently to get out most of the Rangers. But without further ado, let's get started with this review. And here is the actual Wild Force Lunar Wolf Ranger. I mean, first impressions, I like it. For $20, Hasbro has done a great job retail price. It felt like it's definitely worth $20 except in terms of the mold itself. Perfect scale, I think. Really can't complain. The helmet looks great. That's always one of the main things with every Ranger, just how is that helmet looking. Apparently with the Mighty Morphin Red Rangers, some of the Red Rangers, that helmet looks horrible, but at least in my case, for my very first Light Collection figure, it looks great. And also in terms of this figure in particular, apparently there were a lot of people that had issues. You see here with his boot, that it was a different color. As you can see, as far as I can tell, there is no problem with the color. It's the same color all around. I looked at his suit again, it is the right color. Apparently some were white and I was shocked, okay, that's kind of weird. That is definitely kind of weird. He's able to stand up on his own pretty great without a Tamashi stand unlike the other figure arts, their Japanese counterparts. He's able to stand up pretty well. Alright, now it's time to talk about everyone's favorite thing, articulation, everyone's favorite pastime when it comes to figure collecting. How movable is this person? And for the most part, I mean, he's pretty good. The one thing I will say, maybe it's just a Lightning figure thing. This is my first Lightning figure, but the helmet, right? I always feel like I'm gonna break his head. It takes a minute for me to move it. When I first tried to do it, I was like, why does it feel like I'm about to break it? But yeah, he can move all 360, so you want him to turn and have a crazy, dead look on the back like this. It definitely works. But yeah, movement here, all 360, cannot complain. I will attempt to take off his head in this review in a little bit. But in terms of arm movement, I mean, pretty good. He can go all the way in the back like that. I mean, it is kind of like a force, but it's not too much of a force that you have to put into it. But it's, maybe again, I just never had a Lightning figure. At least how all Lightning figures are, then I apologize. But other than that, yeah, I cannot complain. The arm itself can just move a full 360. You see right there, can move all 360. So there's that, and as well as his little arm, which can, now I'm assuming it works like a figure art we're about to see. Can it pop off? I have no idea. And yes, it can. Okay, you see it can. I was about to say. It can pop off, but I do have, it is kind of long, so it does work out. I don't know how to put it back in. It's kind of long, that's what she said. Okay. Again, this is gonna starting getting used to how that works, so. And they actually came with gripping hands. I just noticed that there's no closed fist hands. That's the one thing that the figure arts have over this. There's no closed fist, which is okay, I guess. You always want to have them posed up. I mean, again, it's $20. You're not gonna get hundreds of accessories, which is why later I will probably be going on why they could make it go for a little bit more. I would pay for it because the one thing that this has over figure arts, that they're over here in America. We end up importing them. It costs $80 goddamn for one simple figure. For especially when it's not a Red Ranger or a 6th Ranger, which they'll make it a Tamashi Web exclusive. But besides, other than that, yeah, that's for the arm. The waist, he can get a fair range for the most part. See, I'm afraid to move him. You see right there, he's able to crunch down like that. I like it. And he can go all the way in the back like this on the side. I think that's how far. I don't want to, clearly if I go any further it might break, but so far in terms of waist,
go just like that.
So, hey, for that kind of range, I mean, I can't imagine him going when you're fighting in a ranger form.
It's can't imagine him going any lower than that in the waist or any far back like that, saying, "Ah, my back," like Spider-Man.
Yeah, cannot complain there. Now, turn to the leg. You know, the real
main event.
in terms of leg movement. As you can see, it can't. Now, maybe that's just the hip. I do like it has this. Now, maybe they took it from like the Kamen Rider figure arts. Like they have these types of legs, which is perfect. You can move them like that. That's great. How it's on like a ball joint.
I do like that. I do like that right there.
Other than that, his knee, it can bend all the way back. Impressive. It can definitely bend all the way back. His toe, I don't think there's any toe movement. It got the foot movement, but you can't, so you can move the foot.
I know you guys can see, you can definitely move the foot. You just can't.
You can't move the toes. That's the one thing figure art had. Again, it's a nice change. It's definitely a different change of pace for figure art, but again, figure arts cost like $40, it costs like $20, so you get what you get. But hey, for a $20 figure, it is actually pretty good.
Move the leg.
Just like that.
Yeah.
In terms of articulation, cannot complain. The one thing I will say, maybe just my figure, maybe I'm just losing my mind. This arm right here feels like it's like, so when I put it like this, right? Maybe it's just my figure. It feels like this arm isn't going all the way, my bad. I feel like this arm is not going all the way down like it should. Maybe I'm just losing my mind, or maybe I'm just crazy. I just feel like this arm could go down a little bit more, but it's not. But maybe it's just my figure. I don't know. Maybe it's just always meant like that. Again, I never had a lightning figure before, so obviously if I collect more and they're all the same, I'm just gonna assume that's how they're meant to be with the arms. I just feel like this, his right arm, which would be this is my left, but it's actually his right. His arm should be going in a little bit more, but maybe that's just me. And by the way, for those who are wondering, like in terms of paint apps, I bought this straight from Amazon. So I've heard people have problems when they buy from Hasbro. I bought this particular one on Amazon. I will probably buy a figure that I don't really care that much on Hasbro just to see if the paint apps are really that bad. But we will eventually come to that, and when that day comes, we'll find out. But yeah. So far, overall though, I can't like it. Just to show you the back, since I didn't show it earlier. Cannot complain. The detail on it, the suit, in terms of the suit, it's perfect, and they kind of followed the figure art form where it kind of like the suit itself is kind of like ridged in or rigged. I don't know how the right word to say, talk about it, where it's like it's not like just fully painted, it had like some spots on it, like if the guy's moving in the suit, which is very cool. It makes it realistic, makes it like, okay, this is actually a guy in a suit, not just a figure that's just painted, which I like that little small detail. Really like it. But other than that, like I said, his visor looks perfect to me. I don't see any paint problems at all. Maybe I just got lucky on my first one. Will it probably happen with the rest of them? Who knows? But other than that, yeah, in terms of just a full body figure, I like it. I can't complain. I mean, I have nothing to really compare it to of another Lightning Collection figure, which once I gain more, which be by your votes, by the way, I'll be doing polls on my channel. I cannot complain. But other than that, let's just look at the accessories. Alright guys, here are the accessories that comes with the Lightning Collection Lunar Wolf Ranger. As you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accessories, 2 different posing hands, one for the left, one for the right. Merrick's actual human head, I guess that's what I want to call it, his head sculpt, I should say. A special effect part for his blaster, for his sniper mode, I should say, and 2 of his sword forms. One, now I want to make a correction, and I apologize, but we'll get to that in a second. First, let's just look at the hands real quick. Do just his posing hand, which is cool, and I can do his signature roll call pose, which I will probably do later in the video for the final shot. So very nice right there. You already know how to unplug the hands, but I'm not really gonna talk about that. In terms of the head though, head actually pretty good detail, cannot lie. It looks great. It looks exactly like Merrick. Now some of these figures, as I see like Mighty Morphin, for example, they look questionable, but Merrick, for the most part, looks pretty accurate. And again, for a $20 price tag, it's as good as it's gonna look, so I cannot complain there. He just rolled off the screen.
hilarious. The special effect bar is for his sniper mode, so
we're going to try to put that on the thing. I don't see where the opening would be. I'm really looking. If I just... That was...
I'm really looking.
I don't see it, but hopefully I'll find it.
And now here is the two swords. First off, his sword, his regular main sword, which is amazing detail for $20. I must stress the price because again, you would think for $20 you're getting jack crap out of it, but again, it's pretty high. It's fully painted and it looks great. I can't complain. The only thing I could complain with is that for some reason we don't have his holster, so he can't put his sword on here. So it's pretty much like, wow, there's nothing you can do with that. And this is his sword form, and here is his sniper mode. Now I want to make an apology in my unboxing video. I accidentally called this one his basically his rod mode, which that's not what it was. It's actually his sniper mode, which is his blaster. I forgot he had a blast mode. I thought he just had the sword and the his rod mode, which was able to do his pinball thing with his orbs. But no, it is actually his blast, which is also great. So we're basically missing one of his variations of that, which has made it extended and you do the thing. But I guess I understand the reason why I didn't make that, because for that weapon you need the 3 orbs, and I guess they didn't feel like doing that, which is understandable, I guess. And again, for $20 you only do so much with your figure. Now here's this part, and I'm not seeing anywhere where you can place this in to have that effect. I literally, oh, there it is. So it's like right here on the side. That's how you do it. I was about to say, I don't see any spot. Unless this was the spot. Yep, right here. It's not even a snug fit. He's just like, boom, insert the dot right here. You could probably, I mean, it is snug, I guess. It's not falling off, but it is what it is. It looks great to me. Nice blaster shot right there. Here's just a random shot of him holding his sniper with the special effect part. I mean, I kind of like it. If you want some better photos of this figure when I have the time, it will be on my Instagram, instagram.com/creator2001. But I like it. He looks cool. Definitely. Cannot complain there. The effect makes it look great, so you could do some special effects. If you're like good in photography, especially when it comes to figures, you probably get some nice effects out of that with that just simple effect part alone. Obviously, the more figures you collect, the more special effects there will be. So, yeah, the sky's the limit with the Lightning Collection figures. And here is just a random shot of him holding his saber in his sword mode. Like I said, it looks pretty great. Cannot complain there. It's just the poseability on this thing with his weapons just makes it all the while just look right. Overall, I mean, I like the figure. I can't really compare it to anything else since this is my first Lightning Collection figure. But overall, I like it. Again, for the $20 price tag, it is actually a pretty great figure. Now, I know I'm probably in the minority and be like, oh man, this guy's not even talking about it. It's been like years since this came out. You should be getting more. Which is why I say it should probably cost a little bit more. Allow me to explain. Now, there's a figure that's coming out soon, which is the Blue Centurion from Power Rangers Turbo. He costs like, I believe $35 to like $39, and he comes with very minimal accessories, but they're charging an extra, what, $10 to $15 compared to a regular release? Now I get it, he's an extra ranger, but still, the point proven is that they can charge as much as they want for his figure. So why not charge an extra $10 and make it like $30, and we could get most of the accessories. For example, they probably skimped out on his holster, despite the fact that the Blue Wild Force Ranger has his holster. So you see how that works? They skimped out on that from other accessories, and just like by charging, I think $30 is a good medium for all these figures. In general, if you want to get like the best accessories, you could probably like what, another set of hands. You could have got his holster, and you probably could have got his other form of his blade. And that probably, you got the whole package deal with the 6 range. Nothing more you can do with them for only just $30. I'm just saying, it'd probably be slightly more better painting. But
the $20, I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's a great, it's like you can't beat the price, but it comes with very minimal accessory. Then you have to go to like third-party people just to hopefully them to do 3D stuff of the rest of their accessories. But I digress. Otherwise, though, like I said, can't complain. I don't know what is my next Lightning Collection. I call it figure art. My next Lightning Collection is going to be. Like I said, I don't know what my next figure in the Lightning Collection is going to be. I'm going to let you guys decide in the poll which series you focus on next, and hopefully, whichever series you guys pick, that's what they have as a Lightning Collection figure. But other than that, though, that's pretty much it for the review. Overall, if I had to give it a score rating out of a 10, I usually don't like doing that. It's just if I like it or I don't like it. If I really had to give it a score rating out of 10, I would give it a 8 for the most part. Like I said, I can't really fault it based on the price. You get what you pay for. I only say an 8 just simply because they just the holster thing is what gets me. It's like if they would have added the holster 2 points, 2 extra would be because it's just ridiculous how he does have his holster, but the Blue Wild Force Ranger has his holster. It just didn't make it. That just does not make any sense to me. How did they forget his holster? I mean, he does have his holster. I'm the one that just didn't get it. Who knows? But I swear I'm not the only person who just doesn't have his holster. They just purposely didn't make it in, and it just sucked because now he came and he literally just doesn't have his place to put his blade. Like if they ever make Quad Ranger figure, which is my favorite Ranger of all time, y'all better not gimp out on him. He better have his holster for his Quad Defender, blade mode. They better have both for him. They only have him in his Quad Defender. I'm gonna lose. In his blast mode, I'm going to lose my crap. Hopefully, because they're doing time for it. So they got the Ranger and they got the Blue Ranger with his Stratus Cycle. Quad Ranger, I would have thought. And now here you go, a little tangent on Time Force. Comes to Time Force. You know, Lost Galaxy is my favorite season. Quad Ranger is my favorite Ranger. You would have thought after the Red Ranger, Quad Ranger would have been the second option. They picked the Blue Ranger. I don't get it. Regardless, though, thank you guys for watching today's review. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. Don't miss anything else on my channel. This is Creator, signing off, and I'll see you next time.